Actually, I got the other one today. What's up, guys? How you doing today? Great to see you here. Question is, Mark, the pros and cons of manifestation. I already know the pro. Are there any cons to manifestation? So I guess meaning is there another side, a negative side, a dark side to manifestation? The answer is yes, and it will surprise you, it may shock you, but listen, for all of you who have entered this dimension, have attracted this video, you have been selected by the universe to see this. If you don't know right now, nothing in your life is ever coincidental. You just don't happen to see this video. You just don't happen to walk over there. You just don't happen to get lucky. You just don't happen to win in life or win the lottery. Nothing happens by the luck. It all happens by your divine alignment. So you're watching this. Let's talk about more than likely you are someone that's highly creative, highly aware, highly awakened. Only individuals who meet these categories or these type of qualities will ever see this video. Well, Mark, I don't know. I see this video. I don't think I meet those qualities. Yes, you do meet those qualities, because if not, this video wouldn't show up. This live, if you're on this live, you meet those qualities, you wouldn't be watching this live. All right. So with that being said, let's break down some things about manifesting that you should be aware of. What's the old saying? The saying says, to whom more power is given, what? To whom power is given, what? More responsibility. All right? So you have gotten a lot of power. Let me teach you something about the power you have. So it's like Superman. You know, Superman have a lot of power. So when Superman has a lot of power, he can't interact with people regular. You got to be careful how he talk to people, how he touch people, because if he touch you a little too hard, you may fly away and just get destroyed. He has super immense strength. It's the same thing when you are using the power of your awakened mind. And here's some things that we call the cautionary part of manifesting. When you become a great manifester, you're going to have to be careful of the way you think, because the way you think can instantly affect an outcome. When you become a great manifester, you're going to have to keep a very non-judgmental mind, because you can actually affect people. For example, if someone done something bad to you and you're a great manifester, the minute you realize they did something bad to you and you think to yourself, you know what, you just did something bad to me, something bad's going to happen to you. Something bad will happen to them because of you, because the power you have. See, when you're manifesting, remember guys, we live in a what? What kind of universe we live in? We live in a duality universe. We live in your subconscious is operating this stuff. Your subconscious is illogical. So a dark side of manifestation is you have to stop. That's what I put it. Stop taking out your energy on people. When someone do you wrong, don't take revenge, because when you're a high powerful manifester, the minute someone do you wrong, you will immediately think of something that they did and say, all right, you just did me wrong. This is what's going to happen to you. Boom. It's going to happen to them. That's the thought. What's even more powerful when you're a high manifester is when you speak. When someone does something wrong to you, you say, all right, you just did that to me. You know what? No more success for you. Boom. No more success for them. That's the immense power you have. Not anyone can do that. That is what you call a dark side of a manifestation. The other side of the manifestation process, when you become a highly awakened individual, you are going to attract the whole tribe. They're all coming to get you, man. They're all coming to feed on you. They're all coming for you, because they see that you have the light. They see you have the power. They see something very different about you and they all want a piece of it. Toxic people are going to be jumping on you. Scammers are going to be coming after you. Low depressed people are going to be coming after you. High vibration people will be coming after you. Low vibration people will be coming after you. Great things are going to be coming after you. The not so great things are going to try to come after you because they all want what you have. What do you have that most people don't have? You have higher knowledge. You have a higher vibration. You're in a different realm. Your consciousness is not in the 3 dimension anymore. Remember, people, a lot of these people that are stuck in the 3D matrix, they don't want to be here. They want to get out. So when they see someone like you in the 3D, people are smart. They watch you. It's okay, this guy, why isn't this guy struggling like me, man? Why isn't she struggling like me? Why is she always getting a promotion? Why are you always going home early? Why you always get that rate? Man, why you always, why you go home and there's never traffic? I went on the same road and I got in a traffic jam. Man, you was in an accident? What happened to your car? Your car didn't get damaged? Why the hell your car didn't get damaged? Was an accident last week. My whole front back bumper got tore off. What's going on with you? So people, they start to watch you, man. And they start to say, okay, you know what? I don't like this guy. I don't like this girl. Because the fact is they're getting all the stuff and I'm getting none. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go try to be their friend so I can feed off of their energy. So I can use them. So I can take from their energy. That's one of the most darkest side of manifestation. You are going to attract all type of people that are only out for themselves. They only want your energy. They want some of your good karma. They want some of your good juju. They want what you have. They want what you have worked for, what you have put the work in, and they haven't put the work in. So what they want to do, they want to leech off of your success. That is the thing you have to be careful of when you're in this game and doing what you're doing. So what you have to do, and look, and this is why a lot of high vibrational, really awakened people, this is why they are alone. This is why they like to be alone. This is why they like to spend time by themselves. Because every time they go out, vampires are just like coming for them. Because they know, man, I thought I found a friend. Nope, I found a user. Man, thought this was the right one. Nope, they're just trying to use me. That is the so I mean, that's how it works, man. The yin and the yang. So you have to keep your circle very, very short. The next power that you have, people, you got to understand this, is when you get into that level, the stuff you think about can instantly come about. Let me listen. You got to. This is the important one, because I've done this before, and I've made a lot of mistakes on myself. So once I realized, like, dang, my thoughts and my intentions are 60 to 70% more effective than a normal person I interact with. So there was times when I was in my ego and I think of something negative about myself, boom, it'll happen to me. I'm like, whoa, Mark, you have to stop, man. You're not like a normal everyday thinker anymore, man. You've elevated. So what I have to do, I have to really be cautionary on my own thoughts now, because they can instantly affect me. And remember, a lot of my thoughts aren't my thoughts now. They're coming from the collective. They're coming from everywhere else. So my ego will take some of these thoughts, and all of a sudden I find myself thinking about something negative about myself or a situation that I wouldn't like to happen, and then that situation happened. I'm like, man. So that's the next dark side of manifesting. You can instantly affect things to yourself. And the next one I talked about earlier is with people. Now you're really going to have to be careful with people. So do not go take revenge on people. Don't do it. Because once you're a high manifester, you can make somebody go down instantly. It's not witchcraft. It's not this. Oh, it's none of that. It's called physics. It's called energy and frequency plasmatic flow of how what we call the universe work. It's called entropy, it's called quantum loop tunnel, it's called string theory, it's called whatever. It's all compacted. It's called entanglement, it's called superposition. It's not witchcraft, it's not magic, my friends. It's how the universe is set to work. And let me just break it down to you. They're called by many names. So whenever you're someone that you spend a lot of time, like you guys do, you spend a lot of time monitoring and manipulating your reality. And whenever you start to manipulate your reality, your brain starts to get accustomed to that. If you take two people's brain, okay, you take someone's brain that is a high manifester, that's always optimistic, that's just positive. You take a normal person's brain, you will see a clear, distinct difference in the chemistry and the wiring of the brain. Now, this is very important because here's what happens. The way your brain wires, it's the way it picks up extra reality. Okay? So, because your brain has been wired differently, you're going to have more capability to unlock different realities, different observations, different things that the person next to you can never ever see. You and them will be together and you will see this and they'll look and say, what are you talking about? You say, you don't see? Nah, man, look. Oh, okay. That's a real thing. If you understand how the mind, the brain works, man, remember, we are subjective beings. Our brain, even though as limited as it is, it can excel a little bit to open up other areas of reality for us that we can't see. Your RAS is responsible for that. It's called reticular activating system. That is responsible for seeing things and opening new realities around your surroundings. Now, once you start to understand that, wait a minute, I'm really powerful, man. I have to slow down. I'm not going to wish any bad harm to that person. And the reason you don't, guys, the reason you do not want to do that, because you don't want karma to come back on you. Remember, what goes around comes around. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. The energy you put out, it'll come back. So this is why you're powerful. And a lot of us, our ego will get to us. Our ego will make you do something and say, all right, you know what? Since you've been talking that junk to me, watch tomorrow something gonna happen to you. You go to work tomorrow. Hey, what happened to so-and-so? She was in an accident. You know you caused that. That's how powerful you are. So you have to really have self-control as a high manifester, because your instant thought can affect someone's whole life and they don't know about it. So what you do, you warn them. You say, hey, listen, you need to chill, or just let the universe handle it. That's my, because see, the next thing is, when you're a high manifester and you have that going on you, the universe is always on your side. Now remember that. Your higher self and your reality, you're manipulating, so it's always going to be on your side. So when someone does you wrong or do something wrong, you don't have to take retaliation. Let the energy that you've put around handle the business for you. Therefore, you avoid karma. Because the next thing is, you have to remember this, guys. It's the best analogy I like to use for you is, let me use something that everyone can relate to. It's like a celebrity, like a real famous celebrity. Let's say you're a big famous celebrity that can't walk out in public. Everybody look at. That's what you are compared to everyone's energy. So this celebrity, people think being a big celebrity is, it's fun, it's great. If you think of those celebrities, it's not fun, because you know why? Those celebrities can't go out to a normal coffee shop like they want to. They can't go take a walk like a normal person. They wish they could go out and just be by themselves and go to a coffee shop and nobody bum rushing them asking for autograph. They wish they could walk in the middle of the street. They could put on their clothes or some flip-flop and go into the mall. They cannot do any of that. So when you're looking at them, you're seeing the line and you say, oh, they're so happy. They are so depressed. They're just not telling you that. Because it's a human nature to feel your own peace, your own security. It's a human nature to have a time of aloneness. It's a human nature to don't have people stressing you and running on you. It's part of your makeup. So if you see them, they have to have all this entourage around them. And most celebrities, they suffer from depression, but they don't tell you they're taking medication just because of that simple fact that they cannot just get up in the morning, walk out their door like a normal person, take a drive, and go to the store without everybody bum rushing them. That's what it's like as an awakened being on an energetic level. When you go outside and you're walking around, you are going to interact, and there are going to be all types of people that are going to be coming into your space because they are reading your energy. Some of them will help you, some of them will try to harm you, some of them will accelerate you, some of them will try to use you. And it all comes down to one thing: they want the thing that's pulsating from your aura. They want what you have up here subconsciously. Yes. And also, this is why a lot of highly awakened individuals, we suffer from anxiety. We suffer from all of these things. We suffer from depression and anxiety because we haven't learned how to channel the energy that have been bestowed upon us. So what you have to do now is learn. Once you learn, I'm going to teach you that right now. Once you learn to channel the power you have, the anxiety will go away, the depression will alleviate and leave you as well. And it's a very, here's how you channel when you go out as a manifestor, okay? You have to, the first thing is you have to know what you are now. You have to know you're not normal anymore. So if you're still think you're like someone else, or you're like your friend or your cousin, that's going to cause misalignment, and that's where you're going to experience more depression and more anxiety because you're trying to fit in. Your mind is trying to tell you you're normal. So you have to accept you're no longer normal. If you're watching this video and it finds you, I got news for you. It may be good news for you or maybe bad news for you, but it's the news for you. You're no longer normal, my friend. Hey, welcome to the club. Hey, if this video finds you and you're watching it, you're no longer a normal person. So that could be very freeing, could be very frightening. For me, very, very freeing. Because it tells me now, see, what I mean by not a normal person, you can look down into the matrix. So you're not in the matrix anymore. So that means you can see all the tricks, the traits, and you can see your ins and outs. That's where you want to be. You don't want to be in the box, man. You want to be outside of the box. You don't want to be the crab in the barrel. You want to be the crab on top of the barrel looking at the other crabs fall in the barrel. And you say, I'm not going to jump in that barrel. All right. So look, that's the first thing you got to know, you got to do. All right. The next thing now, since you realize I'm not a normal person like a regular normal person, meaning on a mindset level, I'm not a normal person. So what do I do now? Because my ego definitely doesn't agree that I'm a normal person. So this is where the depression and anxiety comes from. So here's what you got to do now to fix that stuff. So once you realize I'm not a normal person, okay, how can I get the anxiety and these depressive things to slow down? Now this is where you talk to yourself. This is where you talk to your body and your cells. Because when you talk to your body and your cells, you see, the problem is this: your body and your cells, they're in a fight or flight. They didn't get the memo that they're not normal. They're still stuck like they're in a 3D. So of course, it's so simple. You got to tell your body what you are now. So when you get depressed and anxious, your body just says, hey, what's going on? You know, you're up here, your body's still down there. So you gotta be, oh my bad, I gotta come tell you something. Hey, body and nerves, we're not normal. So Mark, how do I talk to my body to tell my body I'm not normal? So my anxiety and my depression can go down by using in a question format and by saying it out loud, by saying something like this: hey, why are we so relaxed and free? Why are we so healthy and strong? Why am I so healthy and strong? Why do I feel so relaxed and free? Why am I in a constant state of relaxation? Why are all parts of my nervous system so calm and relaxing? Why am I so consistently in a great mood? You say those words out loud. Watch how fast your body cortisol level starts to drop. Heart rate starts to settle out. You start to feel good. You know, listen, have you ever tried this? Maybe I could count on one hand how many people tried this, because they don't know. What you don't know, you don't know. Look how simple that is. Go test it right now. If you have high anxiety, a little depressed, so go say those words I just told you in a question form out loud. Instantly, I say instantly, you will notice the calmness in your being. Well, why does that work? Well, why it works is because your vocal cords carry very high energy vibration. And the cells, if you don't know this, your cells have little antennas on them. Epidemiology now shows us that. So look at an antenna. Your cells have those information on it because it needs to receive protein signals. It needs to give off chemicals to interact and change. So your cells have a communication system. Yeah, of course it worked. So someone just tried it. Lily tried it, said it worked. Yes, and the reason it worked, I'm telling you why it's working, because on the microscopic level, and you look on an electron microscope, you look at your cells, they find a little protein thing like an antenna that your cell picks up information from. Your cells not only pick up information from other cells, it's picking up information from you, from your voice, not your thoughts, your voice. It works with your thoughts as well, but it is more powerful with your own voice. Words are powerful. This works for high manifestors like yourself. Ash said it's worked for her too. Yes, Bruce Lipton talked about this. Yes, he did. He talked about these on the cellular level. They have these antennas on there. Yep, that's correct. These antennas, they pick everything up about you. So imagine if you talk, it's going to receive it. Once a cell receives the information, it's going to act accordingly. Hey man, I'm so calm. Why am I so calm and collected, man? Why is my nervous system all of a sudden so calm and tranquil? Why am I consistently in such a great mood? Your cells said, all right, let's turn down the volume, let's turn down the cortisol, let's turn down the nervous system, let's make everything feel good. Yeah, I mean, do you know where the placebo effect came from? Yeah. Moonlight 22 says it really works. Yes, of course. Guys, that's what I'm showing you. The most simplest things you can never know. So a high manifestor and an individual that's on this path, you have to recognize the power you have. You see, the normal population don't know this. They wouldn't even attempt to do this. The reason why they wouldn't attempt to do this, and let me tell you something deeper. A lot of individuals this wouldn't work for if they're not awakened. And the reason why it wouldn't work for them is because they haven't built the belief structure and they haven't done the work to expand their consciousness. So their cells in their body are still entangling information. For you guys, this will work because you have plateaued, you have moved away from the disinformation and you've moved up into a higher level of awareness. So that's what it's all about. So those are just some of what we talk about, the dark sides, if you want to call them dark sides of manifestation, is the fact that you have to understand that you are no longer a regular person. When I mean a regular person, I'm not implying, guys, keep this in mind, I don't want you to go out there and think that you're better and feel better than John. You're just a uniquely different person. You're going to respect everybody as a human being. You're going to be empathetic. You're going to notice stuff. You're going to be humble. You're going to do your thing. But you still got to remember that you are not a normal person. You know that you got immense power. You can instantly affect someone. Listen, there are going to be times now when you're not going to be able to hold it. Someone's going to tick you off and you're going to say something about the person and something bad's going to happen to that person. Just remember, just don't let it happen again. Let the universe handle it, and this is where it comes down to exercising. Alright, so there's today's lesson. So you have the power, use it wisely, and do it for good. See you next time.